It's not always about games, and it's not always good. Full frontal garbage.
Full breath.
I'm experimenting with an ASMR setup. So, for those of you who are using a mono setup, right now I should be in this ear. And right now I should be in that ear. And right now I should be in the center.
And I'm just going to have to take your word for it.
Yeah, see, that's the interesting thing we found out about Discord is the fact that it does not let you stream like stereo anymore. Apparently it was a bandwidth saving thing once Discord started expanding. So David can't hear me in stereo. He's only hearing me in mono. So when I do this, it sounds really weird for me and for you guys. I just sound like a jackass to David.
just.
But see, it's the other thing too is when I caress your ear.
Oh,
to David, I'm just rumbling his headphones.
Yeah.
But man, it's very cool.
It is very cool.
It makes for a more engaging conversation.
Yeah.
I swear, one of these days I am going to get the head with the microphones and the ears. They seriously cost like almost $1,000, but one of these days, I promise, I will get it.
So it's a microphone, but it's just a head?
No, it looks like a human head, and it's got a microphone embedded in each ear.
Yeah.
And that is like the fucking creme de la creme, top of the line. If you're going to do ASMR, especially around like tingly kind of like, I'm doing a head massage, or, I'm going to like rub your neck or cut your hair, or something like that. That's like that's where you go. That's the one you get. Like right now, most beginning users will either just do mono and just play interesting sounds, like, tapping on stuff, like acrylic nails on, desks and stuff like that.
Just with
the next step up from, it's like really high gain, decent quality microphone.
Yeah.
And the step up from that would be either 2 matched microphones, which is like what I'm doing right now, or a matched pair field recorder, which you've seen those. They have the little teeny tiny, like, looks like lavalier mics, but they're in a X pattern at the very front of it.
Yeah.
But those are kind of hard to really do unless you're doing kind of like a walk in the park kind of ASMR. It does wide field stereo really good, but like this kind of near field stuff where you're like getting really close to one ear doesn't do that very well.
Yeah.
But then of course the top tier would be, like I said, the head. I don't know what company makes it, but all I know is it's really expensive, really high quality, and I think Rooster Teeth did an entire podcast that way.
That's
they did it a really they did it like a really weird way where they were simulcasting. Like they had the normal podcast on one stream, and then they had the other podcast through the head. So one, it was like the normal stream where you hear everybody through their microphones and their super detailed voice up close, and the other one was like you were sitting in the middle of the room watching them.
Yeah, which is really cool.
That was really trippy because there was like a few times that like a few of them got up just to like just like get really close to the ears and just like.
You know what?
What,
dude? That's like the future of podcasting. Okay, you take that mic, that head mic thing, and you set it in the center of the table, and then you get a 3D camera that's set in the center with it,
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. Well, the 3D camera, I mean, you'd be able to look around, but then that would fuck with the mic a little bit. So let's just say just like a wide angle camera, and then everybody's just kind of in there. Is being able to watch it while also hearing them.
No,
from the
actually,
angles
the
they come
3D
from.
camera thing would be really good because then you just write a simple program that just fades stereo channels to mono, back to stereo, back to mono for the other ear as you look across left and right.
That would be cool. If that's possible, then yeah, right back to it.
Like how wide is the average human's field of view? Is it like it's like 130 degrees or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I have no idea.
It's like 130 or 160. It's almost 180, but it's not completely 180.
Yeah, because your peripherals like start losing.
Yeah.
Like you can't hold both hands out to your side and see your hands. Like you almost can, but you have to look one way to really get your hands in your view.
Yeah, so that would be the interesting thing would be to see that, but with like 130 degree like lens, and this ties into like our cyberpunk podcast one. Shout out to our previous episodes, by the way, of the stereo mic setup, and then like the wide angle or 3D camera.
I like the way you
in
say
VR
stereo.
headset.
I like the way you say stereo.
What?
You say
Stereo?
Yeah, you say stereo.
Stereo.
Yeah. I was just saying, I just like that. I find it funny. Not like funny, haha, just interesting.
Stereo, potato, tomato, whatever.
Yeah.
One's man's trash is another man's Gucci bag. So
Gucci gang.
Gucci gang. What? Gucci gang. I just noticed something that may fuck with people.
Uh-huh.
So if anyone's hearing a particularly weird noise in one ear and not the other, it's because it's sitting closer to my computer tower. And I can only turn those fans so low.
Those are just my genitals. They vibrate at a very low frequency.
Haha, joke's on you, I've had them cut off.
Not the entire package.
No, but
Genitalia.
here's something else interesting.
Oh. I hope something messes up and you think it's the full like spatial sound thing, and then I get the fucking audio file and it's just mono.
Now, fuck you, I'm watching the waveform right now. Unless I fuck up something on the render, it's legit.
I thought you were gonna say delicious. I don't know why. Unless I fuck up something, it's gonna be delicious.
Unless I fuck something up, it's going to be delicious.
Delicious.
See, the real thing that's gonna fuck up my listeners is when I start eating weird shit and then uploading it to my YouTube channel, and then my whole restoration project, like YouTube channel thing, just goes out the window, and I just start eating spaghetti and ASMR.
Dude.
You know?
Uploading weird shit is just like, I eat pizza, I eat mashed potatoes, and then just randomly just one upload is I eat your mom's ass in full 360 degree. Stereo.
360 SD. It's not even HD, it's just standard definition.
I record me banging your mom at 144p. What? 260 hertz.
No, that's what I'm
Those
saying.
5
Like, I don't
pixels
eat,
are going
like,
crazy.
It starts off me eating breadsticks, me eating spaghetti, me eating pizza, that kind of thing. I don't know why that was all Italian, probably because I have Pizza Hut sitting in front of me. But like go from like eating soup to I pick a fight with a live octopus in stunning surround sound.
I would love to do that. Like,
And just
something where you have like 4K resolution video of like you demonstrating something, and you just practice standing as absolutely still as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
like fixed camera angles and all of that, and like it's like super high definition, high quality, but at like fucking like 1,000 like bit rate. So like kilobytes, like 1,000 kilobytes per second. So like you're just
So it's
standing
like
there.
horribly deep fried.
Yeah, so it's like super high fidelity, right? And then like, but if you move at all, it just fucking destroys it.
Have you seen those videos, by the way?
Yeah.
Like the deep fry transition videos where it's like the dude's holding a piece of wood and then he drops it, but it doesn't actually look like it does anything. And then he moves slightly and it's suddenly he's looking at a wall.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the
And then he
acid trip
hits
type
the
videos.
wall and then it moves and you realize it was cake. You know, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those videos legitimately fuck with my head.
But just I would love that. And so it'd be like
Oh, jeez.
like a video like
Sorry for that, everyone.
a video like how to install RAM or something. So like you can have like these different camera shots where you're on your subject and like there's nothing in
Yeah.
frame and you're talking and this and then what you do is you just add like this, and as soon as your hands come into the frame and you start moving around, it just fucking destruction of quality. And then you pull your hands out and then it like stabilizes again, and you're like, and that's how you do it.
Jesus Christ.
I think that
That's
would be
just
awesome.
monstrous.
Oh man.
Here, everyone, listen to me rustle my clothes.
Well, I can guarantee you I can't hear a thing.
Oh, yeah, no, David can't hear a single thing of that because of the Discord, like, loud shit filter.
You learn to shake your clothes in Morse code. Oh man. You know what I'm still getting like you know what I'm still wrapping my head around?
What's that?
The fact that Flash is just gone.
Oh, dude. It honestly feels like the death of a dynasty.
It was. It's kind of like
'Cause
uh
we're 90s kids.
yeah.
We grew up with nothing but Flash.
Oh, dude, the days of like being in class and your classroom has computers for whatever reason, or it's like a computer class, and like those like near summer days and like spring days when the year was almost over and there was nothing really going on, and so like you got like a lot of free time, and then so like you'd be given access to computers, or you'd have to share computers. And so like you'd always go to your favorite Flash games, and then you'd have like your friends come up behind you or different kids and be like, "Whoa, what are you playing?"
Oh, yeah.
and you
what are
show
doing?
'em-
That looks cool.
Yeah, that's how I found Crazy Monkey Games. Dude, I was on that site constantly, man, all the fucking
Is
time.
that your favorite website?
That was one of them. That was dude, I can't even remember a third. Cuz I used to have a list, like I think we've talked about this before. It's like I used to have a list of sites, and this was like
Oh, yeah.
before YouTube even really, like before it like kicked off. And so like I had multiple sites for just looking up videos, depending on if I wanted like animation, funny videos, just crazy random of the day type stuff.
Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild, multiple,
Yeah.
like
Like we had those websites that we frequented that's like, I want to see a tutorial on something. Like
Yeah.
I remember God, there was like a skater magazine that was like super duper popular that they would put out like how to skateboard trick videos.
mhm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, that
I can't
reminds me
remember
of
what
that reminds me of Stick Death too. Oh man,
Yeah.
such a good.
Dude, the stick fight animations.
Stick Death was like the top notch, and you had stick games and all of these.
And kind of off topic is fucking I played One Finger Death Punch for the first time like last year that you gave me.
Yeah.
I apologize for not playing it sooner. That was a fucking great game. It is a great game. Haven't finished it, but
Yeah. Well, what the thing about it? It's deceptive because at face value, it's very simple, very like low quality at time most
Right,
of the time,
yeah.
especially when you go back to the early days of Flash, because it was just entry level. It was like anybody could use it, and I think it was free, or if not, it was like super cheap. But anyway, like anybody could use it. It didn't take crazy hardware. It ran on pretty much anything, and so like there's just all at once, just the internet was just saturated with all these like low quality amateur animations and games and people learning to do stuff.
Ooh,
What?
what was the one that we found? I think Jesse brought it to school. Whereas like you pose the stick figure, click. Pose the stick figure.
It was.
Click.
I think it was literally just called. It was Pivot.
Pivot.
Which
yes.
I still have that actually. Yeah, it was Pivot, and it was like a little animator, and you could just make little tiny things. It wasn't anything sophisticated at all, but
No, it was basically a virtual flip book, but we
Yeah.
wasted so many lunch hours like doing goofy crap like that.
oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Actually, something because I got a little nostalgic one day, and so I was going through. Sorry about that. Going through looking at stuff, and I found this. Let me actually look because I've got it on this drive. Where is it? Flashpoint. And what that is that's one guy kind of started it, but it's a big community effort.
Is this the dude that archives things?
Yeah, he was working on it. And I think it's like a team of people doing it now. Which I mean, the archiving process is more or less finished, except for people who have gathered things and collected things that they haven't shared yet. But it was a huge project to basically archive as much of the Flash content on the internet as they could possibly get. You're talking animations, games, anything Flash related.
They're literally just playing beat the clock.
Yeah, well, yeah. And so when I got it, it's like let me see. I'm not going to wait for the thing to actually count all of it. Yeah, because there's so many tiny files. But it was like 300 gigs.
Oh wow, that's a lot of archive stuff.
But
because Flash, if I quite remember, was super duper compressed.
yeah. That was one of the reasons it was so easy to get a hold of and easy to share, you know. And like the SWIP files were just fucking Swift, not SWIP, Swift.
Yeah.
The SWIFT SWF.
Do you know who also got their start on Flash that is our hero of the reason kind of why we started a podcast and is the reason why we will be starting something else soon?
Oh, you talking about Ego Raptor?
Ego Raptor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the awesome animations. Yeah.
Aaron the Handyman Hansen.
Handyman Hansen.
No one calls him that. If this gets back to him, I'm gonna feel so embarrassed. But yeah, I didn't even know about Ego Raptor until I think you showed me a Game Grumps video from way back when it was him and John. And it was like one of their Sonic videos.
No, it had to be the Awesome series because like that was.
No. I'm saying when I first was introduced to Ego Raptor.
That's what I'm saying because I think I showed you one of those.
You may have, because I don't remember it if you did.
Because
but then you did show me that I was like, oh yeah, no, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
What? He does animation? Because like, I don't know. I guess I was still in the mindset as a kid of like, if you only did one thing, like an artist only did music or an artist
you're a
only
tradesman.
did painting. Yeah. But dude, Flash is amazing. I'm sad to see it go.
Well, what I liked about it the most is just the absolute random shit that you'd find. It'd just be just absolutely anything, and there was so much creativity and so much like just so many crazy ideas and stuff that you could never get pushed through anywhere else. You know, like if you were trying to say like get onto something like Machinima or something like those kind of like like those brands that would help you get stuff out, or you'd like post to your channel but you'd post to their channel too, and like they kind of shared ownership of some of your like work, things that just kind of help move things around, kind of like a label, I guess you could say. That's pretty much what they were.
Yeah.
But like the stuff that you'd find on these random Flash sites, some of the shit was really weird and just crazy out there.
Yeah, so that's one of the interesting things that I think, was like Flash animation, specifically the format, was like the Tumblr of game and animation creation.
Mhm.
Like if you were a professional animator, you use this. If you were a professional artist, you use this. But if you were just some kid that wanted to get their ideas out there, you were using Flash. And in the same token, like people who were making a living off of their animations were using Flash. So it was really like a format of king and pauper alike. And I really think that's why everyone fell in love with it.
Yeah, well, it was just the ease of access. That's just the simple way to put it.
Well, yeah, the ease of access.
Yeah, it's like just it didn't matter if you were just one of those people who just you just walk around with ideas in your head and you're like, damn it, I wish I could do this or I wish I could do that. It's like it might take you some time and it might look really rough, but you could sit down with a laptop right now and just hammer it out in Flash.
Yeah, like seriously, sitting down with Flash, literally, if you had an idea and you wanted to put it down, it took like 10 minutes of Googling sprites on Google Images, back when that was still a valid form of pulling things off of the internet. Not going to get into that on this podcast. But go to Google Images, find some like transparent background PNG fucking sprites, throw some stuff down, go to like Windows audio recorder, record whatever video or audio, or go to MS Paint and fucking type shit out on MS Paint and fucking copy paste it into your little animation, and then there you go. Render and upload to Newgrounds.
Yeah. Oh man. That real quick, that reminded me of sprite animation on Newgrounds was a really big thing at one point. And it still kind of is. It's just more of like a niche thing now. It kind of blew up for a while there. There was this. It was kind of just like a normal GIF creator type thing, but you could like go into Paint. You could get sprites. Like it would be just like all of the different like say like Mortal Kombat, like the first Mortal Kombat. You'd get like all the different frames of Scorpion's animation of him doing an uppercut or something. And I got an image of one of the stages and got the sprites for 2 characters and the finish him like graphic, and I actually recreated Scorpion's fireball fatality in the program and then rendered it.
Was it? Now this wasn't one you did for school, was it?
No. That was just free time stuff.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, he's actually a really prolific animator of our high school. Like, so much so that his little things that he put down, and I think you still wish you could get the whole of these too, and one day we may try.
Yeah, I would love
make
to.
a hell of a video. But he actually made animation so good in the terms of creativity that his teacher used it as part of her lessons plan.
Well, you're building it up way more than
No,
you
I'm
should.
not really building it up. Like, it was high school level work. Let's not sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
But it was high school level work that was good enough that the teacher went, damn, I'm going to use that. So, yeah, it was pretty good.
It was cool hearing that. That made me feel really cool.
I mean, I certainly couldn't have fucking done it. I had not the patience nor the ideas.
Yeah.
I was just an angsty little asshole in high school being completely useless.
I'm actually loving the fact that doing this whole YouTube thing with the videos is I'm getting more in the habit of doing those little animations. Like at the end of our last podcast, I have that little dancing animation, and just different stuff. I've actually got a lot of that stuff in this upcoming video that I'm working on currently.
Yeah, it's like, even though mine's more kind of centered around just filming my catharsis, I'm starting to get some creative juices flowing again. I'm really thinking the next big purchase I'm gonna get is probably gonna be the full software version of FL Studio.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I've been wanting it for a while.
Yeah,
and it's
you've
getting
been
to a
talking
point
about
now
it for
to
years.
yeah, that's the thing is like I've always been very poor financially, but now I'm not so much. But that was the other hang up too, is the fact that I had this computer now that could run it, and I put it on my computer and it was like, cool, nothing else is going on my computer now. Like, I'm talking just the base program, right?
Yeah.
When I first built my computer, I uploaded the base program, and that was all I could fit on my computer.
Really?
Like, yeah, like I had like 60 gigs of samples and files and stuff for like Heaviosity, Damage Library, piano, violin. I had a full that East West Gold, like all those libraries.
Yeah.
All of that shit come up to about 60 gigs.
Yeah.
And I had no room to put it on my computer. So right now, they're all sitting on my laptop. Still.
Oh.
I've got all my project files and everything
Yeah.
on the new computer. But now that I have like this humongous, like, what, 4 terabyte hard drive now? You bet your ass I'm going to upload everything.
Dude, I'm so far away from where I used to be with that, because like you're sitting here talking about like, oh, I need to figure out how to get space for all this stuff. It's like I got a new 4 terabytes, so I should be good. And I'm just sitting here. I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different drives, just in between internal and external, and it adds up to. What's up? All right, yeah, 1 second. I'll be right there. It adds up to 5, 6, 8, about 9 gigs.
So
About 9 terabytes.
Yeah. See, if I wasn't completely fucking stupid, I would have went ahead and just bought terabyte hard drives for everything but my boot drive.
Yeah.
And my boot drive would have been that, well, Monica's got one, you've got one. What's it called?
The M.2, the NVMe. Yeah. Which,
basically, it's a hard drive that mounts directly to your board.
no, it's a solid state drive. It's a SSD, but it's a stick.
Well, the point is, it's a drive that mounts directly to your board.
Yeah.
Makes it super fast to boot up and stuff.
This one of the favorite things I heard. My apologies to anybody who still has a hard drive as a boot disk. I feel bad for you. But or I feel for you. God, that sounded so condescending. Anyway, the thing he said was,
you plebs.
no, it was great. He's like, and there are some people who still have, hard drives that they boot off of, and which is great in its own right. Honestly, it's like you put your OS on your hard drive, hit the power button on the computer, and by the time you wake up the next morning, you're in Windows. It just works. I just love that.
Like, Monica was telling me like the other day, probably a couple months ago. It's like, dude, your computer boots up really slow. Doesn't that bother you? It's like, no. She's like, well, you have that, SSD you boot off of. Like, why don't we get an M.2? And I'm like, babe, this thing boots up like stupid fast. What are you talking about? She goes, compared to mine, it's super slow though. I'm like, no. So I got my laptop out. Number one, had to find the fucking plug-in for it because the battery doesn't work anymore.
This poor
is how
laptop.
old this computer is.
Oh, that poor
this
laptop.
poor laptop. So I squeak the fucking thing open. I hit the button. She goes, what, does it have to charge? I'm like, give it a minute. About 3 minutes pass, the screen finally comes on. And then the jet engine of a fan kicks on. Fucking thing's going 1,000 miles an hour, trying not to die. She goes, oh my god. Another 2 minutes pass of it sitting on the BIOS. Bing! Finally, it kicks on. She goes, "Oh wow, that took forever." I go, "No." Chuka 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 chuka. Put in my password. And then we wait. Another like 3.5, near 4 minutes pass, and it finally comes up to the main like desktop. She's at this point slack-jawed.
That's crazy. That's even worse than when I remember it.
It's still not done yet. My computer still hasn't booted up completely.
Yeah.
So the screen, a few icons like jump up, and then things start trickling in and turning on. Even things I've disabled long ago start kicking on. And then the big one hits. What was it that you remember that we had to download a specific program for this? Please download Windows 10.
Oh yeah.
Please download Windows 10.
Yeah, the anti-Windows 10 update program.
Yeah.
Because I actually
She looked at this computer and went, "Wow, kill it with fire."
Don't just open it up or remove the heatsink fan. Remove the CPU fan and just wait.
Dude, you could seriously cook an egg on it without removing the heatsink.
Yeah, fair enough.
But this thing is so bad, it's gotten to the point, if I ever actually want to legitimately pull files off of it, I'm just going to gut the thing and get an external case and just slap it in my fucking USB 3.0 port.
I should probably do that with that laptop I've got in the closet right now. Because that thing, it works, I say perfectly fine. The thing works slow for some reason.
It works as good as a old shitty low tier laptop can work.
Yeah, well, that thing did a lot of music work. That's one of the reasons why I haven't really gotten rid of it. It's a good side hoe. You know what I mean?
It's a good side hoe. It treated you well, but it wasn't marriage material.
No. Like, yeah. I saw what the mouth did, and it was all right. I'm playing. But
that's so bad.
But the screen is destroyed on it. Like, it's literally destroyed. And I don't know. Christina blames me. I blame Christina. We woke up and it was just broke. I have no idea.
Like broke or just wouldn't come on broke?
No, like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, technically broke.
Cause like that was the thing is cause like broke to me was like the time she had a laptop and her little nephew went and closed a Hot Wheels car in it.
Like
that was fun.
There's no real superficial damage, but the components inside are fucked.
Yeah, something happened that it physically stopped working.
Yeah. Christina says I rolled a chair over it. I would know if I rolled a chair over it, but something crushed the screen pretty much, like the components inside. But you can HDMI that thing to a TV or a monitor, and
it works just
fine.
Well.
Yeah. But I was saying I should probably just go ahead and just rip the drive out of it, because honestly, that's all it is right now, is just random storage of stuff that I don't really need.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, aside from my like sample libraries, there's not really anything I need left to pull off of my computer.
Yeah.
Everything else that was like bounced back and forth between us or was super important to us is still in Dropbox.
Yeah. I mean, of course,
I think we've both completely run out of space on that, but
I mean, of course, for something like that, those random like laptops you keep in your freaking closet or something, just keep a disk image of Tails in case you ever need to order a hit on somebody. You can run the Tails. And did I ever show you that?
So I may or may not have Tails and a solid state boot drive that I carry around on my persons at all time now.
When I found out about Tails, my most proud accomplishment on PC, and this is such a base thing for people who actually know what they're doing, but at the time it was on this laptop, and the most I'd ever used a computer extensively for was FL. Like when I got my first desktop, I put the shittiest AMD graphics card you could put in it, because the only thing I was ever going to use that computer for was FL Studio, was music, like production. That's as far as I was concerned. That's what this
At
thing
least,
was.
at least you didn't do what I did with the laptop. Of like, my dad was like, "Okay, it's your birthday. We're gonna go buy you a laptop since you need a computer." I'm like, "All right, well, whatever." Apathetic, like, teen. Go to Best Buy. All right, pick out a laptop. Best Buy dude comes up. Hey, what are you looking for? Dumbass me, not caring about a thing in the world, goes, I don't care. I'm just gonna surf the internet.
You paid for that for like years.
Years I paid for this because, and this is the thing David kicks my ass about, I had the option of getting a laptop that still had, like, at the time, it was an unbelievable amount of hard drive space. It was like 16 gigs of RAM, a terabyte hard drive, and a Sound Blaster sound card.
Yeah. It
Because I was playing the
perfect.
home game, yeah. The late 90s, early 2000s Sound Blaster sound cards were the shit for at-home music recording and producing and stuff like that. Because things like my Yamaha, outboard gear, it wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
It existed, but it was like high latency. You couldn't really live record with it. When you could live record with it, it was glitchy and it didn't quite work. It was like a poorly made joystick. Fine for joysticks, not fine for audio recording.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have to sit there and redo and redo and redo and redo. That kills the magic. But that was the whole thing, is the Sound Blasters were like high end. Like, even the low model was miles better than anything you could get inboard or outboard at the time from any other company. And I just glossed over it. Because I'm an idiot.
Oh. Don't you hate doing that? Right? You just one stupid, like, absent-minded decision just fucking dominoes throughout your life for years, and you just spend every day just like, why
Like, you just wish past you could hear future you screaming in your mind.
Don't be stupid.
What was the other stupid thing that I did as a kid that I highly regret?
Not running away from home.
I was gonna say the motorcycle accident, but yeah, it's probably up there. Yeah. So I crashed my motorcycle in front of my girlfriend at the time and a whole group of her friends in the middle of a parking lot going about 6 miles an hour. But to be fair, it wasn't completely my fault because
that curb came out of nowhere.
No, like the night before, because hey, here's a Batesville story for all you guys. So there's this really shitty parking lot in a store called Hastings, which it's bankrupt now. I don't blame you if you don't know it. But this parking lot was like slanted. I don't mean like, oh, it was a little of a tilt. No, like you went to the middle half of the parking lot. It was a good, number 3 grade. Like, truckers would have to downshift to go up this fucking thing. So, a night before, a car, because this is Batesville, a car had caught on fire. And the firefighters, when they showed up, the thing was already burnt down, so they just decided to mitigate damage and just douse the thing and be done with it. Didn't bother to clean up the scene at all. So, part of the parking lot, there was like oil and like slick fuel and burnt rubber and stuff like that. I had no clue. And I was a fairly confident motorcycle rider at this point because I've been doing it for 2 or 3 years. You know, it's a little tiny motorcycle. It's not like this big Harley that I've got now, which I hate. But this thing, I'm riding along, fairly confident in my abilities. Oh, there's a car coming in. Maybe I should hit the brake and pull over and let them by. In any other situation, it would be hit the brake, slow down, pull over, wave. Hi, thank you for moving out of my way. Oh, thank you for being such a nice person and waving back at me. Okay, we go on about our way. Not tonight. Tonight, I go, let me hit the brake. I hit the brake, and my front wheel just goes, fuck it, and flies out from under me. Next thing I know, I'm eating pavement in the front of a car. And I wasn't even going fast.
Yeah.
And my first thought wasn't, oh my god, I had a crash. My first thought was honestly, what the fuck? I wasn't even going that fast.
Yeah.
Because normally you crash when you're going, you know, fuck all fast and you slam into the back end of a fan that brake checked you. That kind of shit. No. And it scared the bejesus out of literally everyone in that whole gaggle of girls that I was in front of. And your two friends, Will and Frankie, were actually there watching this whole thing happen. And they actually helped me push my now busted ass bike out of the way. Because as soon as I went down on a peg and it locked up a brake. So,
oh, damn.
Yeah. I wasn't even sore after this wreck. But that's one thing I do definitely regret is I wish I'd have treated that motorcycle better.
Oh, okay. Because you didn't give a hint to where the story was going. You just
Yeah, no, I was awful with that motorcycle. It was kind of a shitty, like, Chinese knockoff Yamaha kind of motorcycle.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I'd have taken better care of the engine in that thing, I would have probably still had it. But yeah, running away from home is a good other regret as well. Too. So, hey.
Or not running away from home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not running away from home.
Oh, God.
What's your biggest regret from being a stupid child that you're willing to share with the public at this current time?
Not starting with the pinky.
Did you ever do the Sharpie?
No.
No.
I didn't
Let's
start
not
the
tell
Sharpie.
people the context of this, by the way. Because if you know, you know.
No, but biggest, does it have to be from childhood or just like
Like, the one thing, like, you look back on your past self and you're just screaming, like, make the other decision.
oh, not doing this sooner. Not taking my passion seriously as something I could actually do.
Says every artist in the planet. Yeah, no, I agree, though.
Yeah.
Like, because for how many years have we known each other that we would just periodically turn to one another and go, we should start a podcast.
We should start a podcast.
Start a podcast.
We should do a YouTube channel. I want to do animations. I want to make funny videos. Yeah, that's my biggest regret. Everything else is a this way or that way, not that big of a deal, you know.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah.
Which even this is okay, fine, just do it now, which I am.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's like planting a tree. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right fucking now.
Yeah. The best time to delete that post is when you posted it. The next best time is now.
The modern day tree growing
analogy.
I caught one of my workers off guard the other night about like, oh, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does anybody still give a fuck?
I love that.
And they were like, what?
Oh man, it's the thing, man. It's like you have this kind of I can't find the right word. You have this like base state that you kind of operate in, and then any unless something like crazy has recently happened, and then that's what you lead with. But you kind of have this like base state, this like Jordan default, and then anything off of that is like pretty easily readable. You know what I mean? But then you'll have these moments when you're just like, you've just decided, I'm gonna fuck with this person, or there's just like a little screw that goes loose on something. It's like that day you walked up. I can't remember what we were doing. I cannot remember what we were doing. But you
I remember. I know exactly what you're talking about. 'Cause
Yeah.
I used to do this to you all the time, where I would be talking and say something, and then you'd be like, "Wait."
No, well, maybe, but
Continue.
this one. And what's crazy is thinking back on it, it was written all over your face because you were just so fucking like hoping that it would work. But you just walk up.
Shit-eating grin.
You just walk up randomly to me and you go, "Are you okay?" And you like just barely, you left just enough space for the O right there. And so you're like, "Okay, so are you gay?" And I went, "Yeah." What the fuck?
I got you so good on that one.
God, because I'm normally so good about watching that.
Are you gay?
Are you gay?
Oh.
And there's like a moment in my brain where I was like, "Hold on, wait, how the fuck did that get by me?"
And I did the exact same level of righteousness to Austin too, because I nailed him like to the wall with up dog.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't even know if you were online at that point, but I know he had to have told you, because it was like blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's like up dog. And he's like, "What's up, dog?" And then from like behind I hear, "Fuck!" Because as soon as he said it out loud, he knew what he did.
I think he was the one who got me with this. I can't remember who, but it was 4 watt. It's like, this something something something. It's not really working the way it needs to. I think I was the one he got. He got me, and I was super pissed about something not working. And he was like, "Oh, you just got to turn down your 4 watt." And I literally, it's like he cast a spell on me.
So mad at something.
This
and you
veil.
just didn't know what he said.
Yeah, this veil of just oblivious naivety
Legitimate concern.
fell over me, and I'm like, and I say it slowly too. I'm like, "Turn down 4 watt," and he goes, "Turn down for what?" But yeah, I could not have phrased it any better. It just like it just took over my brain. He just stuck a fucking key in my skull and just unlocked the control.
He just took the keyboard right out of your hand, man.
Jesus took the wheel, and Austin took it right back.
See, like next time someone at work wants to ask me about some kind of like simple thing to do on a computer and they can't figure out why it's not gonna work, I'm gonna tell them it's an ID10T error. If you don't know what an ID10T error is, go write that down on a piece of paper real quick and come back to the podcast.
ID10T, that's amazing. That's an ID10T error.
It's an idiot error, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your answer for everyone who didn't feel like to write that down to figure it out.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There's another acronym, but it's a lot harder. But what is it? I'll just go ahead and say it because I can't think of the acronym in my head. It's like problem exists between keyboard and chair.
You got a code 5138008.
Huh?
I said, we got a code 5138008.
513.
Type it in on a calculator. Turn the calculator upside down.
I don't have a calculator.
Is it 1
Damn
3?
it. No, hang on here. Because this is a new one on me that he's pulling on me that I've never heard of, and
No.
I have to do it. What was it?
No. It's 531. I'm an idiot.
531 what?
531-8008.
Boobies.
Boobies.
Oh god. But yeah. That's like ID10T error is my favorite one though.
Yeah. So anyway, Flash.
Yeah. Whoever decided it was a good idea to give up Flash created the biggest ID10 error.
Error.
Let's try that again. Whoever decided to give up on Flash truly committed the most heinous ID10T error.
There you go. I give that a solid B-.
I was thinking C+, but I appreciate your gratitude. And I grate your appreciatude.
I grate your appreciatude. Oh.
And I appreciate your appreciation.
I appreciate you appreciating my appreciation. Wait. Yeah.